So I guess in this segment we'll just be collecting a bunch of audio tomes, commentaries, and Demon Souls of Hell guide, or whatever they're called. Normally this would be a bonus segment, but again,
a Damned Souls orientation guide. Eternal suffering.
But again,
The
there's so little of this game actually worth showing that I'm gonna just do it.
Hoping that it all gets sorted out the second time around. Well, that's a mistake. The soul explodes into 1,000 pieces and slowly and painfully reforms over the next 100 years. So the next time you see one of those spineless souls running for cover, you'll have a better idea as to why. Why didn't I lead with that tidbit? To punish those who think they can survive without heeding all my words.
Everyone's chasing the Stygian dream down here. A way to make hell just a little more tolerable. And when you're surrounded with that amount of desperation, believe me, it's easy to find people who lay it all on the line for next to nothing. Some folks think I had all this handed to me and I take advantage of people, but here's the God's honest truth. In life and in death, I worked for everything that I had. Opportunities mean fuck all if you do nothing with them. Most of these poor bastards down here whine about their lot in life, but are unwilling to do anything about it. That's not me. Know your limits. It was the best piece of advice my father gave me, and I ignored it because I was a fucking idiot. I was the director of special projects for Ultor, and I pissed it all away because my ambition got the better of me. The reality is that I'm a kingmaker, not a king. I'm not going to make that same mistake twice.
I don't like going into a pawn shop in Steelport, let alone Hell.
I've been purposefully saving all the commentaries for showing them on screen. And also I'm going for miscellaneous miscellaneous challenges, because I am still going to 100% this, even if a lot of it either is done off screen or will be done off screen. Yeah, I'm going to need more health here in a bit. Also, part of the reason I'm doing this now, as opposed to doing the 7 deadly weapons, which I originally planned on, is because I'm missing 2 soul fragments or collectibles, and I can't find them on my map. So I'm hoping that if I get all of the collectibles, I'll be able to find the last couple on my mini-map. Also, where the hell is this next one? Is it on the bottom of this? Or is it... oh, it might be inside the tower? No. Okay, I'm a little confused. Or is it on top of the tower? Hey. Oh. Where the hell? It's a good question. Where the hell is it? No pun intended. Or, oh wait, it might actually be below me. Well, there's one over here I'll get. Damn Souls Orientation Guide? No.
Good job, Sisyphus. Keep running.
Sisyphus. Oh, hold on. Ah, here we go. Ruins. I was looking at it too literally. Wait. Okay, here we go. This is definitely an audio tome, right? Or not.
I'd be a liar if I didn't say I got a little pissed when the would-be president shot me in the face. But after a couple years of reflection, I realized something. They had the same look in their eyes that I have. They were driven. And when I realized that, I knew I wanted to prepare for the moment they would come down to hell, because on that day, I wanted to be standing with the saints.
Yeah, you learned from that mistake the first time in life, Dane. I don't blame you for wanting to stand with the Saints this time around.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 7. The Day to Day. Every day will be terrible.
I would be getting those in chronological order if the mini-map displayed which one is, or which ones are, you know, number 1, number 2, etc. All the way up to 39. But it doesn't, so...
Using exponential math for gas prices is a special form of evil. Nice job, Dane.
Actually, I want to read this properly. Grass-fed organic fuel, 666. No money? Ask us about our monetarized servitude program. Okay. So I'm guessing the rest of the audio tomes are just Vogel. Yeah, it makes sense, given that his Altor building's on this in this district.
I knew that when the leader of the Saints came down here, he wasn't going to be interested in hearing what I had to say unless I had a pretty fucking big peace offering. Perfect opportunity came after Blackbeard robbed Satan's palace and stole Lucifer's halo. Blackbeard knew that he had to unload it fast before Synterpol raided the Barrens, so he was willing to put a price on an otherwise priceless artifact. It cost me a fortune, but it was worth it. Satan would never suspect that I had it, and I could bide my time until the leader of the Saints was hellbound. My plan was solid, but not even I could predict a shotgun wedding.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 14. The Altor Corporation. Dane Vogel is an example for what the best of you can become. A businessman who serves as my thrall. This mega-corporation exists at my leisure, and assuming it continues to serve my interests, I will allow it to persist.
Aside from the screams of tormented souls, it's actually quite lovely.
Now we'll be collecting the GAT commentaries too, whenever this is all done. Ah, whoa. Oh. Hey, get the thing. Get the thing.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 40. Shadow Demons. Relentless assassins. The Shadow Demons teleport from rooftop to rooftop, ensuring that there is no place to run to in hell.
Satan forcing Jezebel to marry the president definitely put a wrinkle in things. For one, I wasn't sure if Johnny was going to let me explain the situation before he killed me. For another, I was entrusting the most powerful artifact in the world to someone who had worse impulse control than teens on prom night.
If Dane wants to run an industrial park, he can be my guest.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 25. The Forge. For the time being, mineral rights in Hell have been granted to the Altor Corporation, and the Forge is where they mine and process the materials that are used to build the very foundations of Hell. A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 13. The Den of Eternal Suffering. Don't let the official name scare you. This wonderful location serves as our entertainment district. Take in one of Shakespeare's passion plays. Enjoy a septuple way. Or maybe just settle down for a sinfully perfect hot cocoa. Here you can find it all. Yes, these delights are oppressively expensive. But is it really that different from San Francisco?
No comment.
Oh look, A satanic cathedral. Nothing creepy about that.
I thought there might be one over here.
Let's go!
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 24. The Black Cathedral. When I was first cast into perdition, my father built this chapel as an opportunity for me to repent. I leave it standing to remind him that I defy him not out of anger, but out of will. I will never bow to God again.
I was never destined for obscurity, but no theater company would even entertain the idea of putting on my works, preferring to read plays written by lesser men. To them, I was a laughing stock, a fool who only wrote base comedies. I was willing to give anything to have my works be given the credit they were due. Some may question if selling my soul was worth it. Obviously, those people never met Marlowe.
Oh wait, I'm heading the wrong way here. I don't know who Marlowe is, but...
Those single entendres. What would we do without you?
The passion plays I wrote for Satan were simple and formulaic. The context didn't matter so much as ensuring that the action was consistent and exciting. He didn't see those plays for the plot. He saw them for the spectacle of murder. That being said, the comedy about Iago and Aaron the Moor's roommates was a real hoot.
My people have a home.
Yeah. Never took you for that type, Kinzie. Not that I ever really thought about it, to be honest.
Jezebel, my pupil, my muse, a demon with the voice of an angel. Oft would I sneak into her room to read scenes and wear funny hats. She would write these plays. These terrible, terrible plays, but the subject matter was happy and hope-filled, and that was enough for me. I was a fool to think that those times could have lasted.
Actually, before I continue, let me just
My sister wants.
let me just gun down this soul in one, and then do this. So this challenge here is to get a bunch of energy caster lightning arcs, not kills. You just have to get a bunch of lightning chains together, and this requires the ultimate upgrade for the energy caster here. Souls in one are really good sources for that, since whenever they're stopped, like 6 of them come out, and that's a lot. That's an opportunity for a lot of arcs.
The deadly sin. No longer just delightful pastimes. Pride, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, greed, and sloth have become personified in the form of weapons. Only the most deserving wretched soul will be blessed with one of these treasured artifacts.
Speaking of which, I did finally get Genki to appear and get Ark of the Covenant. And I remember how to get Last Supper. You visit the 3 Tacos Malos locations.
After the boss is safe, I should come by and see what the fuss is about. Who's tough now?
But yeah, that was a bit of a pain in the ass to appear. Then, last night, was when I was doing more... Well, last night, as of the time I'm recording this. When I did more off-screen stuff, he appeared twice without me trying to seek him out.
Whatever. The Silver Bullet is the only strip club worth going to.
Hey, baby, you looking for a bad time?
Maybe. I'll get back to you.
Oh, wait a minute. Are there more Okay, cool. There's more opportunities to get some caster art, lightning art. Yay.
Let's see what these things can do.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 36. The Dark Inciters. These elder demons direct the lesser denizens of hell, summoning them to die on their behalf. It is never wise to incur their wrath.
Even though I killed a shed load of them.
When I left the palace, my name carried much weight. But I knew it wouldn't be for long if I didn't keep myself relevant. I spread rumors that the reason I was cast out by Satan was that my ambition rivaled his own. Soon, demons would come to me in secret, asking what I had planned. I adopted a persona, speaking grandly in the third person to make me larger than life. In a matter of time, my cult of personality transformed into a criminal empire. The tragedies.
This is me just trying to find the remaining audio tomes. And failing, obviously. Well, / commentaries.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 30. The Halo. Forged by God himself, my halo was a repository of great power. I spent millennia harnessing its might, and even then, I barely scratched the surface of what it was capable of. A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 6. Soul Drains. Runaway sins are attracted to these drains, so that every unclaimed penny can fill my coffers. I also enjoy dancing shows, and found the name ironic.
Oh wait, I gotta go up for this one, I think.
Oh, Ozymandias, you scamp.
Ozymandias, huh? I have no idea who that is, nor do I care too much.
Wonder if Kilbane's inside.
Today, my reach is great. My minions have infiltrated almost every aspect of hell. The army, the brothels, even Dane's so-called secret Tacos Marlos branches. No secrets are hidden from me. Your lover, your father, your brother-in-arms. Anyone could be working for me.
Any more?
Yeah!
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 37. Plague Bearers. The men are just grunts with bigger weapons and a fancier title, but hey, it keeps the people happy.
No, whatever works for you, Satan. Okay, apparently I'm missing a few. But I don't see any on the map, so we're moving on to the next district. I think the GAT commentaries are in the same exact place, but he has different things to say. Normally I wouldn't show that off, but again, I'm padding the playlist. Or padding the LP, rather. Because I kind of have to. If I'm going to make this more than like 8 videos long.
They have floating platforms and cult stoplights, but they still need a bell tower? Someone's hanging on to the past.
I led Hell's army in the last war. I warned Satan that we didn't have the forces for a prolonged conflict. But Satan demanded action. Ever the soldier, I obeyed. But despite my best efforts, the angelic host decimated my forces, just as I said they would. Satan was outraged and blamed me for his poor judgment, and sentenced me to eternal torture. I tried to escape that insidious prison time and time again, but it was useless. The wheels on the bus kept going round and round. Round and round. Round.
Okay. What would John do?
We're not defeat. There's no escape. You
Was it a rush?
your masters.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize I could... Okay, apparently I can't actually do the commentaries if I have notoriety. Okay, I wish I had known that before engaging the... Well, to be fair, I wanted to fill the thing anyway, so it's no big deal. Well, fill the challenge condition. So I can just do this. Speaking of which, I need to upgrade. Okay, that is fully upgraded. I need to upgrade these weapons, and that I'll definitely do off screen. The money farming for upgrading all this stuff, because this is going to be me killing a bunch of enemies with greed, and then using the stomp vacuum to suck everything closer to me, which actually I'll show that off now. Yeah, it's that one, I think.
Just think, this castle was probably built to defend against the forces of heaven. Pretty awesome.
Rises.
Okay, so you kill an enemy, like so, then use the vacuum stomp. Yep. Pretty nice, I must say. Especially when you're around killing groups of dozens of enemies with greed. You don't have to run around to...
Let's see what these
You do
things
not
can
have
do.
to run around to grab every collectible.
Swimming sucks. Lava sucks. Swimming in lava definitely sucks.
Bullshit, Kinzie. Do I have to go up or down? I'm not sure offhand. Oh. Where is it? There it is.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 39. Legionnaires. Second only to the Archdukes, the Legionnaires purposefully wear less armor so that they may embrace every aspect of pain on the battlefield.
And in this category, your Titan is also just a Legionnaire.
Let's go!
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 27. Judgment. The destruction of Earth has created a massive influx of souls. However, whereas Hell had infrastructure in place to process the souls quickly, Heaven languished under St. Peter's watchful eye. Even now, St. Peter is only finally processing the last batch of humanity. When the war comes, we will be ready, and God will scramble to keep up.
Who's tough now?
Even though I've already killed as many Legionnaires as I need.
What's a prison in hell look like?
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 22. The Spires. Our aerial defenses are a precious commodity, and are only to be deployed upon angelic threat.
Well, unfortunately, I killed them all, so you're gonna have to rebuild them.
I don't think they have safety codes in hell. If things go bad at the altar building, this is where I build my new sanctum.
Ah, here we go. There's the penultimate
It's
cluster.
like standing on the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Only it's a building, not a tower. And we're in a slum in hell instead of Italy. But otherwise, it's pretty close.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 2. Promotion. You can never dash dreams without hope to build them in the first place, which is why I offer you a way out of the simple life of a husk. When a soul is deemed worthy, he is given a demon body, a gun, and an incredible sense of pride. Naturally, after years of torment from the demonic horde, they are all eager to be on the other end of punishment. They become the personification of cruelty and ruthlessness, as I intended.
Hate to see what the student loans look like down here.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 28. First Aid. Periodically, you may get injured and seek first aid. You may find this to be problematic, as ambulances in hell get paid a premium to run over people instead of helping. A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 16. Shantytown. Unless you are particularly enterprising or have powerful friends, you will ultimately find yourself in Shantytown. It's crowded, oppressive, and your neighbors will likely try to murder you to steal whatever paltry wealth you've amassed. Enjoy your eternity.
Returning home was not the experience I had hoped it to be. It was desecrated by lost souls that thought it would be fun to throw events on my property while I was away. I hope the beer pong games were worth it to them, because when I find them, they will all beg for the mercy I will never give.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 4. Keeping your city clean. As is imaginable after an influx of souls from an exploding Earth, some souls slip through the cracks. These unrefined souls litter our fair city, and could be a quick source of upward mobility to an individual who finds as many as they can. While the promise of economic mobility seems promising and not hell-like, naturally such prizes are highly contested and are the source of many conflicts.
Alright, now where's this next one at? Is it up? I'm guessing it's up, though. Oh. I seen it. When it lights up, that means you're on the same
Damned Soul's Orientation
Y
Guide, Chapter
coordinates
18.
as it.
Dimensional communications. There are many ways to sow horror on the mortal plane. While haunted VHS tapes have fallen out of vogue, there are still a multitude of ways for our demons to communicate with and torment your loved ones.
Okay, is this one up or down? Okay, here it is.
The fiefdom I control has since fallen into disrepair since my incarceration. But the land and all the souls that reside there are still my responsibility. My subjects will at first be loyal out of fear, but after they obey, They will see that I can be a magnanimous ruler, and their lives will be better for my involvement.
Alright. Let's go around the tower here. And trust me, we're not doing the fight against Satan yet. We'll do that later. At the end of the game, as is intended.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 32. Interlude. I hope you enjoyed Chapter 31's step-by-step instructions on how to sneak your way into heaven. A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 26. Old Hades. When Father cast me out of heaven, he intended Hades to be a pleasant time-out space. But my fall shattered his gilded cage, and my anger twisted hell into the world that now spreads before you.
This is bad.
I don't think I can go any higher than that, can I? Yeah, I can. Okay, well, there, I just hit the, I hit the limit of how high I can go. I have fallen all the way down.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 34. The River Styx. The River Styx surrounds New Hades, providing warmth and light. I recommend every soul to go for a swim in the river at least once. It's quite the experience.
The boss has to be in here somewhere.
Yeah, but, we're not gonna look for him/her.
The Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 10. The Pit of the First. The center of New Hades is where I made my descent from heaven. As I crashed into Hades, I fractured the land into the 5 islands that now spread before you. As you pass the Pit of the First, it is customary, though not required, to bow your head in reverence.
I wonder how long it took to build this thing.
Viola and I always did everything together. Played together, went to college together, traveled together, formed a criminal empire together. I always thought that we would die together. Sorry, V. Beat you to the punch on that one. After you died, all I had was revenge. I never thought that I'd feel whole again. Yeah, I love this. Me, you too.
The air actually feels dirtier the higher you get.
No wonder. Oh, there's the last soul.
I'm done. Now I need to find
Cluster.
something else to neurotically collect.
Actually, wait, what? Whoa, what was that? Oh, they were in the same...
These floating platforms are incredible. I wonder how they work.
That was in the same exact set of coordinates. No wonder I didn't find it.
Bet you wish you never stole the boss.
Because, again, I tried to save as much as I could for this segment. But I did collect a few in previous segments, so...
Evil politicians.
I'm not...
It's like a slice of home.
I'm not too worried about that, honestly. I'm not going to edit the old parts together or anything.
Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 15. The Powerful. You'll notice a few souls that don't look like the others. These damned citizens have paid enough wages of sin as tithes to transform their appearance into one reminiscent of their former life.
The Saints think they can replace me with you?
Alright. Hello, Dex. Legionnaires, I really don't want to bother with you right now. I already killed enough of you. few guys.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 23. Sinterpol. This privatized militia is one of the two primary peacekeeper groups in Hell. Obey them, and they may only beat you within an inch of your life.
By the time I showed up in Hell, Cerberus and Sinterpool were already locked in a bitter fight for dominance of the marketplace.
We never would have pulled ahead if it weren't for you.
You would have pulled it off.
I'm not so sure. The strategy you put together was brilliant on both the martial and marketing side. I'm good at getting things started, but you were the one who always put the exclamation point on the plan. With us reunited, it was only a matter of time before we were on top of the world.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 19. Downtown. The De Winter sisters have revitalized downtown to make it the destination for high-end debauchery.
Let's go!
Seriously? Yeah.
You should never mess with the souls.
Okay, there's nothing above, so it must be down below someplace.
Revitalizing downtown wasn't about profit.
It kind of was about profit.
A little bit.
Like 50%.
The point is that it was also about making an impact. An eternity is a long time, and we both wanted to carve out something beautiful in this terrible place.
Like Dane says, hell's what you make it.
Come on! Ow, 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 ow.
Things are going perfectly. Downtown was rebuilt in our image, the money was rolling in, we had an amazing penthouse.
But then something happened. Sinterpool, who was long since relegated to obscurity, came back with a vengeance.
They had new gear, new weapons, and new purpose. Destroy Cerberus.
Someone is funding them, and we are going to find out who.
Matt gave me a shirt with an airbrushed dragon on it for my birthday. It was kind of awesome. Let's see what these things can do.
The Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 8. The Archdukes. Every marshalling ground is overseen by one of my Archdukes, the fiercest men and women of my army.
And we killed off a lot of them.
This is traffic in hell? Someone's never been to DC.
Okay, so this has been a fairly boring segment, I realize, but we don't have a whole lot left to go.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 35. The Grunts. Proof that upward mobility exists. The souls selected to be grunts of my army enjoy delights husks could only dream of.
Come on!
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 9. The Coming War. The time is coming when the heavenly host and the demonic horde will have their final battle. And while I will personally deal with my father, Hell needs a general that will lead us to victory. Lad was found wanting. I have my sights on another.
The Barrens were the only place desolate enough to allow me to build the Queen Anne's Revenge in peace. Before I discovered the Barrens, all of my efforts would be overrun by people looking to cause me harm. But here, the energy it would require to ruin my day wasn't worth the wasteland they would have to traverse. Being a pirate with no water to sail on is like being a pirate with no water to sail on. I tried to build a craft that could weather the lava, but each time the craft and crew would erupt in flames. That's why today, the Queen Anne's Revenge sails on thermal currents and arcane magic. Yes, the arcane magic is doing the heavy lifting, but I'd like to believe the sails are still doing something. The Barrens are as good a home as any pirate could ask for. It's remote, devoid of people, and perilous to get to. Here, I can live as a pirate king for the rest of my eternal days.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 20. The Flotsam of Hell. Newer souls often marvel at the floating islands that surround Hades. The reality is that those islands are not rock at all, but fossilized remains of the beasts of Babylon. Winged creatures that once served me, but in their hubris dared to believe they could overthrow me. As punishment for their mutiny, I encased them in stone where they flew. To this day, their blood still rains down, burning the pitiful souls that walk below. A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 12. The Barrens. Once a lovely location for bacchanals and ritualistic murders, the heavenly host laid waste to the Barrens in the last war between heaven and hell. I have forbidden rebuilding the Barrens, so it serves as a reminder for what we lost. Only after I lay siege to heaven will I allow it to return to its former glory. A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 17. The Battlegrounds. This graveyard is where dead of the previous war on heaven were buried. Here it is rumored that demons and angels alike haunt this place to this very day.
It's only a few more left.
Robbing galleons and avoiding the crown was a thrill, but it's nothing compared to robbing the denizens of hell. Life without adventure is no life I'm fit to live. Here, the stakes are beyond simple life and death. Hell is where I'm meant to be. I don't know who placed those glyphs that lead to treasure, nor do I care. The chase is all that matters. Some may question why I would bother revealing the location of missing treasure when I could find it myself. But the answer is simple. Competition. With no one else looking for the treasure, there is no incentive for me to find it over robbing other demons. Without another race to find the prize, those chests just sit there dormant. And treasure is meant to be found.
A Damned Soul's Orientation Guide, Chapter 38. Imps. Little bundles of pure sin. These adorable mischief makers serve as perfect pets or slave labor.
That is a big arch, which really doesn't impress me too much considering I'm surrounded by floating buildings and lava.
Alright. So that's all Kinzie commentaries, all Damned Souls guide, orientation guides, and all of the audio logs. So next segment, I guess, will be actually looking at the 7 deadly weapons, collecting all the GAT commentaries, and actually maybe looking at all the endings too, because this game's almost done. Anything I don't have done can be done off screen probably. So I'll see you guys next time.